Hey there, Leo. Welcome to your reading. This is your 2024 Jumpstart reading. I am going to be doing full-on 2024 readings, but this is like just going to tell you how to get a jumpstart on the year. So it's not really meant to be positive or negative. It's just going to tell you kind of like how to get a jumpstart. That's it. So like I said, I will have 2024 readings coming up soon, but let's see what is going on for you here. You have a lot of healing cards right away. Even the Three of Swords can be a card of healing because, it is a card of a temporary situation, and the Three of Swords really represents forgiveness. So we'll talk about that in a minute, but you could be forgiving a situation, and then you go to the Fool to the Star, which is like, Fool, new beginning, Star, healing. So it looks to me like you're healing from something or something that happened. You have the Hangman in your current general energies. I feel like you've been in Hangman mode for a long time. Like things have been the same for too long. And I feel like you've been trying to get ideas or, it's like ideas for a breakthrough or something like that is popping into my head here, where it's like you're trying to have, it's like you're trying to find guidance to have a breakthrough or something like that is popping into my head here. And I kind of feel like you're getting it, number one. I mean, you have the Star, which would be, inspiration, or it could be like an inspiration or a new idea. But I really feel this is something that you've been trying to get, is like inspiration on a new direction for your life. You even have as your crossing energy the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups can represent like being spoiled for choice or having too many options. And, I kind of, personally, I like the Seven of Cups because it is about having a lot of options. But it's like you and your opposite sign, Aquarius, always get this card with me. And the Seven of Cups, he's looking at those cups, and there are good things and bad things in those cups, but he just needs to pick a cup and make it happen. As I always say, it's like, he is maybe imagining a future reality here, but he's, there are good things and bad things in those cups. So he is like imagining the good stuff that could happen, but he's also imagining the bad stuff that could happen. But really what he needs to do is he just needs to make it happen, right? He just needs to, kind of manifest a reality here on Earth. And that's kind of like what I feel here with the Seven of Cups. In the area of your thoughts or what's on your mind, you have the Nine of Wands. I do feel like you are kind of protecting your thoughts. I don't actually feel like this is a bad thing, by the way. I think that if you have like goals, wishes, dreams, that you could be keeping those things to yourself and for now. And that's probably a good thing, right? We don't necessarily want to share our goals with people or our dreams or things like that. So again, you could be kind of protecting your ideas. I also do feel like you're thinking about taking a risk. I feel like you're just going to do it, not to like jump too far ahead here, but going Three of Swords to the Fool. I really see you just deciding to kind of rip the Band-Aid off and take a risk. I feel like this is work related, so if you're in work or you have business or something, I really see you kind of like doing something that is maybe like a little bit more unique, or I'm getting the word like unique on the Fool. The Fool is a contrarian. He is doing something that is causing other people to call him a fool. But he doesn't care. He knows more, right? He is educated. He has this like long feather in his cap. He's got that tiny little sack on his back, which says, he has everything he needs right here. And he's about to go through the entire major arcana. So it's like, yeah, maybe you're going to have to prove something to the world. Maybe you have some crazy idea for your business or your love life or your health or whatever it is. But I kind of see you maybe ripping sorry, my alarm's going off, but I kind of see you, taking some sort of risk. You have the Fool, the Devil in the area of your foundation. Some of you could be like getting rid of bad habits or something I'm getting here, or you could be healing from a bad habit. It could be anything, like watching too much Netflix can be a bad habit, right? So I kind of see that here, that you could be healing something like that. I also feel that some of you could be dealing with like toxic people, like but there might be nothing you can do about it. Like if you work with these people or whatever, other than I feel you could be like changing your energy, or you could be working on your energy going this way. You go Three of Swords to the Justice card. I feel like some of you, it's like, I don't know. It's popping into my head that you're fixing something in your vibe or your energy, where it's like you're creating more balance inside yourself. So, even if you're like stuck working with a toxic person, that could be the case. This could also be a legal matter. So obviously, if you're dealing with something legal going this way, this to me looks like you're, it doesn't matter what side you're on, winning or losing, right? It sucks no matter what. So I feel like you could almost be healing or fixing, I don't know, it's like you're fixing something, or I don't know. Before I keep mumbling, let's move on. In the area of your past, you have the Five of Pentacles. We're going to clarify that, by the way, so I'm not ignoring it. We're going to come back to it, but With the Five of Pentacles, I do feel like you feel left out in the cold. Maybe the past few years for you haven't been great financially. It's like that. Maybe it hasn't been bad either, but at the same time, I kind of feel like maybe you're really having to, I wouldn't say like nickel and dime it, but I feel like you're having to kind of, be cautious, or it's like you're having to be thoughtful. Maybe that's a better way to put it, about like where you're spending money or like where your money is going. And I kind of feel like you're coming out of the cold. So I like to see that. In the area of your near future, you have the Three of Swords. I don't think this is a heartbreak. I really feel this is healing. Again, I read intuitively. Some of you, of course, could be dealing with a heartbreak, but I really feel that the Three of Swords is about forgiveness. Those three swords are in your heart, and the Three of Swords is about removing those swords from your heart by forgiving a situation. And you don't have to forgive a person directly. This could just be you forgiving them in your heart, and that's all you have to do here, because then it sets you free. So I feel a lot of you could be like setting yourselves free here with the Three of Swords, or you could be trying to. I also feel this could just be a temporary situation. Again, it is raining on the Three of Swords. So the Three of Swords is meant to represent a temporary situation. So I feel for a lot of you, there's like some sort of temporary situation that you're like setting yourself free from. You have the Fool here. I feel like you're about to do something that other people might say is foolish, but I would do it anyway. Again, he is the contrarian. I think with Pluto and Aquarius, I would be a contrarian. I think everybody should. It's like, don't be afraid to, don't be a contrarian just to be a contrarian. Of course not. But, if in your heart you feel that you should do something, then do it. Right? It doesn't matter if it goes against the grain. It doesn't matter, if no one agrees with you or whatever, right? It's time, I think it's time for people to do this. The people who are, I am convinced that the people who are brave, bold, and assertive are going to be the ones that are like super successful in the near future, right? So it's like, if you want to be successful over the next few years, not being afraid to stand out on your own. And it's not like, I'm not saying that people are going to go against a crowd to just be a jerk or something, right? It's more like maybe your family is like, oh, don't start that business, it's risky, but you do it anyway. And then you become a millionaire, right? So it's like, those are the types of risks that I'd be taking with the Fool. I also feel there's like a big new beginning coming in for you here. I feel this is a very healing new beginning as well. In the area of your closest relationships, you have the Star. I really feel you could be developing or focused on developing like close relationships over the next year, 2024. But more like, relationships that are supportive, relationships that help you grow. And we're not talking about just love here. We're talking about everything. So I really feel you're focused on that. And I feel like you will be developing it as well, whatever it is, close love relationships or, close business relationships, something like that. I also feel that you are kind of like hoping for something here. It's like something is becoming possible for you. It's like there's new possibility coming in for you or something. It's like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's almost like something that you thought that was not possible is like becoming possible. It's like, I'll just tell you, like YouTube, right? It's like, back in the day, before YouTube, what I do here would have never been possible, right? Before YouTube, of course, right? It's like, I doubt there were any tarot readers that had 800,000 people who knew who they were, right? Just in general, before this time. But it's like, now it's possible. It's almost like there's something coming in for you that is making something that you do like much more possible on a bigger scale. Does that make sense? Probably not. But, that's what I feel here. It's almost like something you do in life is going to reach more people. That could literally be through social media, but it might be it doesn't have to be, it could be, this could be through your job or something like that. Like maybe you've been working at a job and now your boss like wants you to travel and go like train other people at other locations. Like that's like, the type of thing that's popping into my head here. Like something is like becoming more possible or something. I hope that makes sense. I don't know. It's popping into my head. Next, you have the Justice card. Justice is cause and effect and balance. So a lot of people have been getting this card since we had that eclipse in Libra in October. I would be focusing on balanced situations. But again, this is coming up in the area of your future feelings. So I feel like you're feeling very supported, balanced, feeling like things are going your way, feeling like you're finding success. And yeah, I don't know. It just feels really good to me. So, I feel like there's a lot of good stuff going on here for you. Next, with the Six of Swords, you have the Six of Swords here, which is like moving on to calmer shores. So I feel like you are moving in the right direction with the Six of Swords. There are things that you're going to have to leave behind with the Six of Swords. But again, I say it all the time that I believe we're in a time where it's like we are all like a snake that's shedding its skin. It's like there is a piece of us maybe that we're leaving in the past, but this is something that has been restricting our growth in the first place. So, really that's how I see this for you. It's like maybe, yeah, sure, maybe you're leaving your past behind or something from the past behind, but I think it was keeping you small in the first place, and now you're like just growing or expanding. Let's see, we're using the Oracle of the Radiant Sun to clarify. With the Hangman and the Seven of Cups, you have this Rebellion card. I'm telling you right now, people are going to see you as rebellious. We talked about this with that Fool card. I feel Pluto and Aquarius, we are in a time of rebellion, and where it's like, it's a good thing to go against the grain. I really feel that will be true. So, don't be afraid to like live your own life. Don't be afraid to, if your parents want you to do something with your life, but you want to do something else, it's like, if you're an adult, then you should do what you want to do, right? With the Nine of Wands, you have this charity card. I cannot even tell you how many people there's a generosity card in this deck, a charity card, there's like another one as well. And it's like everyone has had it on their mind, which is very interesting in this, in that third position, right? So it's almost like people are thinking more generously or about being more generous, but it's also like the universe could be blessing you with new ideas. You see those angels that are gifting this lady something? And you have the Nine of Wands, so it's almost like the universe is, blessing you with ideas, or is blessing you with, information or guidance or something like that. And I would trust that guidance. With the Devil, you have this Endurance card. Yeah, I feel like you've been very strong. I feel like something has required endurance as well. It's like something you've been working on or towards has required a lot of strength, a lot of endurance with that, the Devil card there. And so you've been very strong. I feel you've been have had a lot of endurance, and I feel you're like very focused on the future and, creating things. I would also, excuse me, I would also be, I think that endurance is maybe your strong suit at this time, Leo. So, anything you can do, like don't give up on things is what I'm trying to spit out here. Anything that you're working on, I would keep working towards it and don't give up. With the Five of Pentacles, you have this Decisions card. I feel like some of you made a choice to walk away from a person, and maybe you did leave them out in the cold, but also maybe they left you out in the cold. Or, this is a person here where I feel like maybe they weren't making a full decision, right? Maybe they weren't making a choice to be in your life. I also see that in the future here, as we move forward throughout the year, if people are not, it's like they're either, I get this energy. I think I just said this to Aries as well. It might be a fire sign thing, This might be a collective fire sign energy, but it's almost like if people, I feel like you've dealt with a lot of people that are like, kind of like back and forth. They're like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. And I'm not even talking about just love. Like this could be in business or whatever. And I feel with that card, it's like you're either for me or against me. It's like you're either in or you're out. Plain and simple. Like I feel like you're kind of like making those choices for people. Like if they're not into something, then you're over it. With the Three of Swords, you have this versatility card here. This would be about seeing both sides of something, or seeing something from all this different angles. And, again, I believe we're in a time of versatility, so I would be as flexible as possible. I think being in too much of a fixed energy on anything that you're doing, like if you're working on something and, like a project, a business, or something else, if you're saying to yourself that, oh, this has to work this way, like if you have a specific plan and you're only willing to have something work according to that specific plan, I feel like you're going to have a hard time. So it's not that you shouldn't have a specific plan, right? You should have a plan, but be flexible. You have the Star card, which is having that North Star, having that one thing that you try to accomplish, having that one thing that is your guiding light, right? Your purpose, or whatever you want to call it. But what I feel here is that this is really saying that, it's a good idea, yes, to have that big goal, wish, or dream, but also make sure you're being flexible in how you get there. With the Fool card, you have this Lust card. See, I feel like this is what people are saying about you, and I would ignore it, number one. And number two, I feel like people are saying you're being impulsive, you're just, lust obviously is, about having lust for something, but, I feel that you have a lust for adventure, number one, which is not a bad thing. And I also feel like people are seeing the choices you're making as impulsive, but really they're not. Again, the Fool, he has this feather in his cap. That is, having a feather in your cap says that you kind of like know something, or you have some knowledge about what you're about to do. So I feel in a lot of ways that it's like a lot more. I feel like people are just like, it's like maybe people are just like putting you in a box, or maybe they want you to live in a box or something like that. And, I don't think this is a good or a bad thing necessarily that's happening to you, but I think it's just saying, like, so what that people think you're being impulsive in your decisions. It's like, make the decision to do something anyway, and don't get talked out of something that could be really good for you. That's kind of the vibe I get here, especially in work or business. This could be love for some of you, but I wouldn't really say this is a love reading. I would say that this is more like you being successful reading, you creating more success in your life type of reading here, right? And kind of like healing from something as well. So it's definitely got some like healing vibes going on here. But, what I would say is, so what if people say, oh, you're being impulsive or whatever? It's like, prove them wrong later. With the star, you have this resistance card. Yes, everybody gets this. I always say, like, one of my favorite books of all time, The War of Art by Stephen Pressfield. And no, I am not talking about the art of war. I know exactly what I'm saying, number one. Number two, in that book, he says that when you are closest to your goal, that's when you experience the most resistance. So, that people, places, and things popping out of the woodwork telling you you shouldn't be going in this direction or that direction or doing the thing that you want to do, right? So most people give up when they experience resistance or when something doesn't work out. But I feel like you need to push past that moment of resistance and, keep on pushing. And don't be afraid to keep on experimenting either. I kind of get this vibe of maybe some of you with the star card trying to get attention, right? But there's nothing wrong with that. But it's like you could be trying to, build a business, and maybe you're trying to get attention on the business or whatever. And I feel like you've tried a lot of ideas is what I'm getting. You have the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands is my card of experimentation, is my card of throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. I feel like you've done a lot of that. And I feel like the universe is about to bless you with like an idea that's going to work. So it's like maybe you've been trying a lot of things to grow your business, grow your career, grow in whatever it is that you do. And, I would encourage you to try again. Like maybe you're like, oh, I feel like you've kind of gotten to that point where maybe you're saying like, none of my ideas work, none of the things I want to do work, but I really feel you're about to be blessed with like, I wouldn't call it an opportunity. It's more of like an idea or an inspiration, right? And I feel this is saying you might be feeling resistance, but push past that point. With the Justice card, you have this fulfillment card. Yes, definitely a very fulfilling year. Sorry, that didn't work. I feel this year is going to be amazingly fulfilling for you. I think that but, again, you're going to have to work for it. And I also see you having to let go of some things because you have the Devil to the Three of Swords to the Justice card. So, it's like there might be some toxic things that you have to release or let go of or, whatever, right? So I really see you needing to kind of like let go of something. It's also really interesting to me that right here, it's like there's this hand that's pointing to the magic wand. So you could be needing to like use manifestation or you could just need to believe in something as well. It's like, what's really interesting is you've probably heard me say this before, but it's like over the past couple of years, I've really been feeling it's not so much about manifestation as it is like needing to truly believe that you can have something, but also needing to bathe in the energy. You know what's really interesting as well is I just realized that that is a sword. It's not a wand in that hand. And so it's almost telling me, with the Justice card here, she has, the Justice person has that sword and has the balance over here. It's almost like saying that something needs to be cut out, like I was saying. But I also do feel that like manifestation thing, I'm not so sure that's manifestation. Again, to me, it's more like you could be matching the energy just by, it's like, let's put it this way. You're acting as if, and I think that's a great energy right now. So, keep doing it. There you go, Leo. You have the Six of Swords here, of course, and sorry, I didn't want to pick that up. I just want to do this. And you have the Secrets card. I feel like you're moving away from people who are being secretive and stuff, but this is a good card. It's not a bad card in this deck. It just says that there might be hidden or secret information that you could learn by educating yourself about whatever area of life, wherever you're trying to find success, learn as much as you can. I feel like I say this to you like every freaking reading, so, whatever, but, I would learn as much as you can. I think that's where your success is really going to come from. You have this arrow card. It says you're on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. See, I feel like this is like a green light type of reading, It's like, I would say this is like one of those readings where it's like saying, your mind is going the right direction. The universe is blessing you clearly in telling you to, start something or, do something new. You have this June card and this Cane card says pay attention to your health. Again, some of you could be letting go of certain things that are toxic, and you could be improving your health that way. Maybe you had something happen in the month of June that kind of makes you realize you have to change your health or something. I don't know. There you go. I don't know what to say. That's it. You have this fly. It says a period of ill health or depression. Again, I tell everybody to watch your health right now. Again, I'm not a doctor. I have no clue what I'm talking about, but, I would just pay attention is all I'll say there. You have this boot. It says increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. Definitely. I don't think it's so much about increasing your effort. I think it's that, for a lot of you, it's like one last idea, It's like maybe you've tried a bunch of things to get your business to grow or your career to grow, and it's like you're trying one last thing. Same thing in love. Like maybe you've tried a bunch of things in love to get love to work, and maybe you're trying one last thing. I really see that here, where it's like this final try is going to be the thing that works. You have this archway card says new opportunities, possibilities, and paths opening up. Yes, it's like things that have not been open to you are opening up now. And I think that's really what's leading to success with this reading. So really nice. Really like it. Thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your month.